Hoo-wee. All right, party people. This your man Grill. 98 degrees. I just finished doing a closing. The house is nice and comfortable. I stepped up that mug. I was like, oh, ow. Hey. And there's folk out here just doing stuff. I'm passing by the Harley Davidson out here in Portsmouth. They out here doing their motorcycle training. I actually went through that, not with Harley Davidson, but I went through motorcycle training, and it was pretty cool. And it was hot, but today is boiling. And then they got some festival stuff going on, and of course, there's a bunch of people down there at the beach. I'm like, nah. I ain't doing no yard work. I ain't doing no delivery stuff. Carrying my little happy behind home, and I got to eat me something. I ate a little bit of something at lunch several hours ago before lunch, and I need to eat something else. I'm still a little hungry, and yeah, it's hot out here. It ain't no joke. So, oh my goodness. So sometimes you got closings on a Sunday. Those go pretty smooth. Unfortunately, the only bad part about it was that I don't know why, but apparently the loan officer told the person that I was signing with that an attorney was going to come with me on a Sunday to explain the documents. I was like, whoa. I was completely caught off guard with that one. They was like, yeah, they told us the notaries, never said nothing about the notary explaining, but that there would be an attorney there explaining what's going on and whatever they need to know about the documents. And apparently they had not seen anything, hadn't been shown anything prior to me getting there. And I was like, okay. So it was up to them whether they signed or not. And she went ahead on the sign. She said, can you show me my right to counsel? I showed it to her. She said, all right, put that at the front of her copy. And that was it, so I guess the police must be waiting for somebody to come through that tunnel. And so I was like, man, I felt bad for the young lady, you can tell she's a young person, probably under 30, and was expecting one thing and then got thrown with something else. But that can happen sometimes, and all you can do is just stay the course, stay focused on what you're supposed to be doing there, and that's it. I just heard and that's it. That's the best you can do, and not get caught up into trying to save them. Like, okay, well, let me go ahead on and break this stuff down for you, because you don't know what the conversation is between them and that loan officer, and you start going off of your quote-unquote experience or what your notary guru, trainer, mentor, coach told you, and you could be completely wrong in that situation. So no one is available on Sunday unless they got the direct cell number of the lender, and they could contact them, send them a call them, or send them. I'm about to say send them a call them or send them a text. They could do one of those things, but other than that, it's either you're going to sign or you're not. And I don't even ask them. They will tell me whether or not they want to. And in the past they say, well, do you think I should sign this? I'm like, it depends. It's up to you. As long as you have the deal that you want, as long as you feel comfortable doing it, I can't encourage you to or not to sign. As long as you're doing this of your own free will, you're good to go. And typically this happens on refinances. Purchases and sales, I've never seen anything too bad where a person didn't want to do it, but on a refi, yeah, the numbers are all messed up, and they're like, wait a minute, this ain't what we talked about. And because you don't know what they talked about, it's very difficult for you to try to slide in there and save the closing as many people tell you to do. You have to be careful, because I'm confident there's all kinds of liability that is associated with that. And you're not educated enough to save the signing, And they always use the term, well, in case they, you can save the signing by knowing where the interest rate is. If they don't know what the interest rate is, something wrong, something deeply wrong. If any grown up person don't know what their interest rate is something's wrong. And to me, you shouldn't even be doing a deal that you don't have full knowledge of. And that's just common sense there, and everything. So let me stop before I get on the soapbox. But that's all. So today was good. Got it done. Ship out tomorrow. No scan backs. And they'll get this on Tuesday. And they'll proceed from there. And maybe she'll cancel. Maybe she won't. They never tell us about that part of the deal, whether somebody actually submitted a right to cancel. So don't worry about that, y'all. Don't worry about, should you ask and all that. You ain't got to ask. Don't call people all talking about, did they do the right to cancel? Because it doesn't affect what you get paid, okay? Real quick, one of the questions that came up last night, or maybe statements, and I'm glad they asked this, or maybe, alluded to it, and I think I've talked about this before, is that when it comes to notarizations, the difference between general notary work and non-general notary work, in other words, mortgages, is really nothing. Talking about the notarization, because the same notarial certificate that you use in your state, if you're in California, I know you got the little special block, whatever state you're in, the notarial certificate that you use in your state, for the most part, can be used, and I say for the most part because of the California thing, but if you have an acknowledgement that says the state, county, the foregoing instrument was acknowledged before me on this date by blank, and then you fill in the blank with the people who signed the document, and then you do your part, your signature, your expiration, and your stamp, that's the same kind of notarial certificate you'll see on a loan document. And that's what I was sharing with them last night. The same thing that you will see on a loan document, you'll see in general notary. The only time you'll see something different in general notary, or one of the times, would be more likely with a power of attorney, or estate planning, where they have the witness name inside of the notarial statement saying that the document was acknowledged before you by so and so and witnessed by such and such and such and such. They don't do that in loan closing. So even though it's a Florida property, I've never seen, not saying that it can't be, but I've never seen where the witnesses' names are in the notarial statement saying that John Jones and James Jones signed. So other than that, the notarial statement for his acknowledgement or the jurat will be the same. And I'm talking about let's just say in state. If it's something dealing with out of state, it's not like there's a special loan closing certificate. California has a little different. Either you can use it or you can't if it matches, if it has the elements that your state needs. And that's what matters, So I know there's a lot of people making it seem like loan closing notarization is different than non-loan closing. The notarial statements are the same. If you look at the acknowledgement video that I have out there, compare those acknowledgments to what you have in your state. How much different are they? They're not. So there's no special loan closing notarizational certificate that's just for loan closing, or just for estate planning, or just for ... minus the power of attorneys that sometimes will have the persons listed in there. And even with that, all you have to do is just add your state's notarial certificate. That's all you got to do. Just swap it out. Add your states and you're good to go. So that's it, y'all. I'm almost home. Kid putting on makeup next to me in the car. All of that. I never understood why people wait till they get in the car to put on makeup and tie their tie and trim their beard and adjust their glasses, tighten the screws and all that. Never understood why they wait till then. But nonetheless, it happens. All right, I think I'm gonna shoot down to the Sam's Club real quick. I gotta get some water and everything. Get me some cases of water and do that, because I forgot to order it on the app last night. But once I finish that, going home, eat me something, and get ready for the training tonight at 6. Got a good little group of people coming in there. The one for tonight at 6 may last longer than 2.5 hours, because I don't have anything going on after that. So if you got questions, we're gonna go cover everything that you want to cover and all that good stuff. So y'all have a good one. Greatly appreciate y'all as always, and stay safe out there. Stay hydrated. Oops, I got my Pedialyte dripping all over the place, but I got my Pedialyte, and that stuff is good, especially when it's cold. It's real good. So talk to y'all later. Peace.